Everybody, welcome to Lovely Paper Crafters. I'm going to show you the Joseph's technique tonight. My friend Jane has asked me to do that technique. I've never done it before, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to be using two stamp sets, so Butterfly Wishes. The reason we're going to use Butterfly Wishes is because these two this butterfly and this butterfly is a more solid butterfly. You need a solid, some type of solid image to do this. And I don't have very many solid images. For the background, I'm going to use these leaves here, and that's from Very Versailles, and we'll use those because they look very real, so we're going to try to use those. The three colors I'm going to use tonight is Crushed Curry. I already have my Native Navy out, and Shaded Spruce. So dark green and dark blue. You want to use a dark color for the one part of this. So we're going to start with the background. So I'm going to bring you guys down. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my background here. So you're just going to start with just a white piece of cardstock, and we're going to take our leaves we got here, and we're going to use the Shaded Spruce. And I'm just going to cover as much of this sheet as I possibly can. So we're going to leave space for the blue to come in. So there, I've made 3 green, and we're going to clean that off, and then I'm going to make 3 blue, so we cover it up. So clean that off. You're welcome, Jane. Don't thank me yet. I don't know how it's going to turn out. A lot of the samples with the Joseph coat use solid images, and we don't really have solid images anymore. With our stamps, they're either open, so you can color inside of them, so they kind of are like an outline, or they're realistic, so they're not as solid as they used to be. So it's kind of a little bit more difficult to do this technique. So we're going to just do our stamp in our Native Navy. So we're just going to cover up the areas we didn't cover up with the first group. I'm going to kind of try to cover up try to cover up as much as you can. Then I just stuck my stamp in my green, because that's what happens sometimes when you have 2 stamp pads out. It's best to put one stamp pad away when you're doing this. Alright, let's put this one away before I end up inking it up more with blue. It's a pretty dark color, so it shouldn't show up too much in there. Okay, so we've gotten that as full as we can. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep our blue out. So we're going to use that after. So I'm going to clean this off again. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a sponge dauber. We're going to take our Crushed Curry, or you can use any light color. And you're just going to fill in the background. Alrighty, so what we're going to do, we're going to take our Crushed Curry, and we're going to take our Crushed Curry sponge dauber, and you're just going to fill in the background. So you're just pretty much going to make a piece of paper, kind of like our specialty designer paper that we have. So you're going to kind of make your own paper with this. Alright, so as long as that's all covered, so you got yellow all over it. So it's going to look like that. And we're going to put the yellow away before we get the blue stuck in it. And so your next part is you're going to take your butterflies, the two butterflies, and we're going to put that in Versamark. And we're going to do them with clear embossing powder. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of think of where you're putting it. So I'm going to put this butterfly here. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put this little butterfly here. And then I'm going to put this bigger butterfly over here. And I'm going to put another little butterfly over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our paper and we're going to take our clear embossing powder, and you're just going to dump that over top. I'm having trouble seeing that today. Alright, looks like we got four of the butterflies on there. So you can't barely see it because it's clear and it doesn't show up white when you're using it. So we'll put that away. And I got my heating tool out. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our heat tool. We're going to put it on the highest setting. And you're going to emboss the butterflies. And they'll just be clear for now. It's best to do this kind of embossing, especially with clear powder, when it's fairly sunny out still, so you can see what you're doing. Once you get it embossed, it should be shiny. For some reason, my heat tool is not getting it. Oh, I got one and I got two. So you just got to pick it up to see that it's glossy, because it's really hard to see. Alright, that butterfly's there and that butterfly is there. So once you see them shiny, then you're good with the clear. I'll see if I can show you what I mean, because it's really hard to see, so. So yeah, look there closely, you might be able to see. So right there you can see it, it's shining. So once it's shiny, then it's ready to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your dark color, so I'm using Night of Navy, and you're going to take your sponge dauber. You're going to cover up your pretty design. So you're just going to go in circles, and you're just going to cover up your pretty design. And what's going to happen is where you put your butterflies, it's not going to show up. Some people use black for this, but you can use whatever dark color you have. And then once you have your background as dark as you like it, what you're going to do is you're going to take a tissue, and I don't know if I have a tissue close by, or a towel, and you're going to wipe off the excess blue that's sitting on top of your embossed area. So this did turn out pretty nice. Let's see if I have a tissue close by. Sorry about that. I had to go a little bit farther. So what you're going to do is you're going to just take that and you're going to dust it off so that pops out. So you're just going to take a tissue and you're just going to make the yellow part pop out. And then you can just go over these areas a little bit more. And that's how it turns out. So that is the Joseph's coat technique. You can use any type of flowers, anything that's a solid image to make it work. Because anything with holes in it won't work very well, but it just shows through like that. Hopefully that turned out good for you, Jane. It's hard to do with not having so many stamps like that. But it's pretty easy. It's not a very hard technique. You just have to make sure you do have clear embossing powder. White won't work because it'll show up white. So you want clear to make that work. But it did turn out pretty neat. So here's hoping you guys get inspired by that. And I will be back next Tuesday for a class, not this Friday. I ended up having severe migraines because of the weather on the weekend, so I spent most of the weekend in bed because of my migraines, and so I've not gotten a lot done this week, so I'm going to have to say that I'm going to have to probably get a lot of work done on Friday evening after I get home from work. So I won't have any card display on Friday, but I will do another one next Tuesday. So please join me next Tuesday and have a great night. Thank you. Bye.